What a great start.
There we go.
We're in here.
Hello and welcome to Double Dragon Trouble, a place in time and space where we play D&D once a week, every Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central European Time. This is our, 13th episode?
Are we that
the
over?
14th? Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
Or maybe it's on the 12th, I don't know. Somewhere, something. Let's call it the 13th. That fits the theme for today. So, usually we have 4 magnificent players, but because of various reasons, we only have 2 today. So
They all died.
you can get all and absorb all the torture yourselves.
Yes.
More torture per player.
Lovely.
Yes.
I think we should wage war.
Yes. Yes. Let's do that.
No.
Anyway, I'm your Dungeon Master, Thijs Peterson, and today we have Chris Johnson as Dagos, the Triton Paladin,
Hello.
and Frederik Panduro as Dinok, the Wood Elf Monk. So just brief recap of what happened last time. So you had joined the resistance against the tyranny of dragons, and you were going on your first task of shadowing this caravan of dragon cultists, find out where they were going, what their purpose was, what the meaning of life is, all that kind of stuff. As Sir David Archibald said, information is everything. You joined the boring resistance. You went around a bit, just browsing stuff, trying to get some armor from some cultists, tried to lure them into an alley, but they ran away from you because you have a huge bounty on your heads and you're known as dangerous fugitives. But then they gathered a band, tried to take you down, you took them down, you made a friend of one of the guards, Jerome Davenport, and told him to come back in this alley and look for if you left a message for him. Then you went to the gate, saw the procession, the caravan, leave the city. Before you followed, Dagos summoned his trusty steed using the spell Find Steed, presumably.
Yeah.
This time, in the guise of a horse. And you also wanted a bargain for this horse. So you went to the nearest cart workshop that you could find, which was conveniently a natural 20 down the road. And you managed to convince them to hand you over a cart because you were dressed like one of the captains from the dragon cultists, dragon guard or whatever. But the only wagon they had ready was this bright red chariot with brass details glowing in the sunlight. Beautiful, maybe not the best for shadowing someone on the road, but they went with it. You all got on board, you roll out of the city, and you are now on the trail, or on the road, more precisely, following this caravan of dragon cultists. So, I think we'll just begin with you being on the road, and you follow them. You drive through this snow-covered landscape. You can barely see the road most of the time. Sometimes there are like stakes poking out of the snow to sort of indicate where the road is. But as you get further and further away from Waterdeep, you notice that the snow starts becoming thinner, the sky becomes lighter, and at one point you actually see a hole in the clouds and you see blue sky. Something you haven't seen for all the time you've been in Waterdeep. And it gets slightly warmer. At some point, the snow starts to turn to this smush mixture of snow and mud on the road. And you start to see grass. You can see trees in the distance with green leaves on them. It's interesting. Fascinating. And just when you are about to finish the last day, the first day on the road, you see in the distance, in the horizon, a glowing ball of red, orange flame descend towards the horizon. It's the sun. You haven't seen the sun for, well, ever since you came to Waterdeep.
Yeah.
So you've been traveling all day. In front of you, way down the road, you can just make out the caravan of the cultists. So you sort of like keep your distance, presumably, unless you want to just chase up and fight them.
No, I don't
You
think
need
so.
set up. All right. So you prepare to make camp for the night. How do you want to prepare this camp? Want to light bonfire?
Making igloos. Oh no, we can't do that
Yeah,
anymore.
there's no more snow. It's like,
Oh my God.
we'll just make an igloo, and then you get there. We can't.
We didn't bring equipment for this.
Do you even have
Bring a
tents?
tent.
No, we have nothing.
Well, you have the chariot.
Yeah, it's okay. We can sleep under that.
Eh,
We can turn it upside down.
Yeah, probably. Maybe there'll be room for a dwarf and one other. But I mean, it's not a giant wagon or anything. It's just a small chariot. But I guess you can sort of like take some blankets and stretch across some of the make something like a makeshift tent if you want to.
How high on the sky is the sun right now?
It's touching the horizon.
Oh, okay, so it's beginning to get dark.
Yeah, it's twilight.
Oh, nice.
It's actually right now. It's the golden hour, perfect for photographs.
I will look around and memorize.
Perfect for sneaking
beautiful.
Perfect for sneaking into an encampment and steal their meat and beer.
Also, so you are sort of this road that snakes its way through the hills to the far west towards the ocean. There's a dense forest covering some of the hills, and then to the other side is just rolling hills and a bit of vegetation and stuff. Pretty barren. You can see a watchtower on a distant hill, but it has obviously fallen into disrepair a long time ago. And you haven't seen anyone else on the road since you started out, except for the caravan you're dragging.
I assume our companions are just sleeping.
Yeah, I guess they take the first sleep, I guess, for the night.
Should we go towards the watchtower? We might have a good outlook from there.
That's true.
I would think that it's strategically placed.
Yeah.
That's placed in that valley. Stupid watchtower.
It's actually just put there so you can walk up into it and see the sun.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, I think the watchtower is a good idea.
So you want to drive the whole party up there with the chariot? Or?
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad place to camp, potentially.
Should I check if there are any stragglers up there or?
Sure.
On the at the watchtower.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you can approach this. So it's kind of on a hill with like shrubs and a few trees and stuff covering parts of the hill. So you can try to make an approach towards the watchtower if you want to be stealthy about it.
Yep, I would like to do that.
All right. And also, you're wood elf, so do you get any advantage on that? Or is it just that you can hide?
I can basically hide. I feel like
It's-
obscured.
It's nature, so you can hide.
Yeah,
It's a nature, so you must hide.
it's natural phenomena.
Well, it's not raining yet, but you can see some clouds sort of like start moving in from the east.
Yeah. Do I need to make a stealth check?
Yes, make a stealth check.
And I failed. Wait, let's see. That's 12.
You're assuming a lot of stuff about that roll.
Yeah, I have very low self-esteem.
It's like, oh my god, I only rolled a 19. Anyway, you make your approach to the tower, and you accidentally step on some twigs and stuff because it's such a long time since you've actually seen a twig. But
I forgot about these
the
sounds.
wind is picking up, so it kind of covers some of the sound that you make. You make it all the way up to the watchtower, You can't hear anything from within immediately, but you can make a perception check if you want to be extra careful about it.
I
Also,
would
what's
like to do?
Baker's doing while all of this takes place?
I'm just waiting around at the
Right, so you're
chariot.
like you parked down at the bottom of the hill with the red chariot.
Yeah,
honking.
stealthy. What do you see?
20. Let's find out. 20.
All right. Yeah, you don't hear anything coming from inside the watchtower.
It's clear,
All right,
I think.
I'll
Wanna drive up there?
I assume it's clear, and I walk in.
All right. So you
Yeah.
But
there's a
with my
door.
weapon
You
drawn.
push the door, and it just collapses onto the floor.
That's a nice handiwork there.
You look inside, and it looks pretty rickety, but there's a sheltered space inside the tower.
Is it made of stone or wood
It's stone.
or?
It's stone.
It's stone. Okay, nice.
But there are like gaps between some of the stones, and a lot of the moss has fallen out over time. And
Okay,
It's
that's good.
it's quite dilapidated.
Yeah,
But-
it's good. That means we'll die instantly if something collapses. We
Just
won't
hear the
be,
rumble,
like,
and that's it.
trapped.
You won't know what happened until you wake up in another campaign.
But yeah, I'm just
Oh.
bringing the chariot up there.
Alright, so you ride the chariot up, park it outside. You all move inside, and you have your like bedrolls and stuff from your time spent with the quartermaster. So you can make a camp if you want. You can make a campfire.
How warm is it?
It's like a cold spring evening.
I don't think it's too bad.
It's
Within
kind
the
of
budget.
where you look outside, you think, I'll just wear a hoodie. Yeah, you get outside, and after a while, you start regretting that kind of
Oh.
temperature.
I think I have winter clothes and a blanket, so I think that might be enough.
Yeah,
Just lie in the cover of the watchtower so the wind doesn't.
yeah, and I'm
It's
I'm
not
used to
like
the
you're
cold.
gonna-
So.
Yeah. Can I grab the spyglass and climb up into the tower,
Yeah, you
or
can do
would
that.
that be?
Give me an acrobatics check as you your way up.
Oh, let
Or
us.
maybe that should be actually athletics.
Then. Oh,
That's worse.
Oh god.
okay. 19.
19. Alright. You find the purchase on some of the rocks, and because they're so like worn, some of the rocks poke like out of the wall, so you have like place to step on and bits of wood sticking out that you can climb. So you climb to the top. There's a small bit of floor left up here that you can stand on, and then extend the spyglass and
Nice.
look up.
I will also just like. I guess there's something. Is there something I can tie a rope to?
Yeah, that's some wood.
Okay, then I just quickly tie the rope down, and so it's easier to climb up and down.
Mm.
I'm a thinker.
Mhm.
Okay.
So from up here, just at a glance, you can see in far, far distance to the north the outline of Waterdeep and Waterdeep Mountain. And you can see sort of like the landscape turning white in that direction, or more like blue right now because the sun is setting. And then you have this hilly landscape all around you. Normally, before the Dragon War, you would expect to see like points of light here and there where there's a village or a farmstead or something like that. It's just darkness or twilight, no lights or anything. It looks like almost like a primordial landscape, untouched by people, except for the
Yeah.
road that cuts through it.
Can I look towards the army?
Yes.
Or are they
army.
still moving?
You track the spyglass up the road until you hit the caravan, and you can see they are sort of like making a circle with the wagons, putting out watch posts, lighting torches, kind of making preparations for camp. You see they brought tents.
So that's what my elf eyes see.
with your enhanced elves eye.
Yeah.
You also see that they are sort of like set up in what looks to be an old village, but it has been completely burnt down. They're just like blackened stakes here and there, pieces of brick walls there, a bit of rubble here and there, but also overgrown trees and shrubs all over the place.
Nice.
Um,
Okay. Daggers, they've set up camp. Should we? Do you think we should do anything tonight, or should we just like settle in and just keep a watch?
Well, our mission is just to like track what they're doing, right? So I don't think there's any reason to do much yet. What do you think?
I don't think like the first night is like unlikely to be. Or maybe actually the first night, if we need to infiltrate at a later point, the first night would probably be a good night to do it, since people would be unlikely to know each other that intimately. Hopefully, I think, in a perfect world.
Yes, yes. This world is very imperfect, though, so we never know.
Yeah. When there's a lot of imperfect stuff, we need to be perfect.
True. Well, I don't know. I'll leave this up to the second in command. If you genuinely think it's a good idea to go, we can go. Otherwise, I have someone to keep watch, and we can rest.
Yeah. Okay. Can I borrow your friend, or can he quickly just take me up to the outskirts? He doesn't need to take me in or anything.
Yeah, sure thing. Sure.
Okay, because I'll see if I can use the all of the commotion of setting up camp to get inside.
All right. I just go to the horse and say, "All right, Steve." Now he has a name. Now it's done.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Stevie Wonder.
The elf, his name's Dinok. He's gonna ride you. Just let him take you wherever and help him. Unless he
Very
tries to
well.
get you both killed, then you just return to me.
We'll see about that.
All right, fine. You know I can just make you disappear, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Just so we have a understanding of this power dynamic.
Okay.
Understand it perfectly. I'm your slave.
All right, relax.
Just saying it as it is.
I
I
can
don't
also
complain.
let you go free.
Because I'm your slave. If I wasn't your slave, you couldn't.
Jesus Christ, Steve,
well,
you always gotta be like this.
Oh, okay, Steve. I think we need to go.
Come on, Watson. I can take you as swifter than the wind blows. On a relatively calm day.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that until we get closer to the camp. Then I need to continue on foot.
Yeehaw! And just rise down the hill with you. Just like, oh, hold on. And give me an animal handling.
Oh my god. Is he even considered an animal?
I mean,
Let's see. Let's have it.
That is 14.
14. Oh, you managed to. Well, I guess there's no saddle, or is there?
yeah, I bought the.
Alright.
I got the saddle from the.
Saddle. Yes, so yeah, you managed to stay in the saddle and ride down. It's a bit bumpy to begin with, but then you sort of like find a rhythm.
I just realized my proper armor is in those saddlebags.
They're just
Shit.
So what happens if the horse gets out of range?
Nothing. I think I can telepathically communicate it within 1 mile, but that's all I remember.
It's not gonna disappear.
I mean, I'll find the spell.
Just
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Probably not.
Here we are, just looking in our books. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Find steed.
Find Steve.
Find Steve.
Find Steve. That's the new name for it now.
Find Greater Steve.
Do not dismiss. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. You're carried by Steve down the road towards the camp. So you just tell me how far away from the camp do you want to stop and dismount?
Like I would like to dismount like maybe 200 feet before the camp.
All right, you can do that. So you sort of stop Steve, put him to the side of the road, gets off, and you can see in front of you, 200 feet down the road, there's like a sentry with a torch, and behind him you can see like a tent getting erected and people running around with poles and stuff. That you also get a whiff of cooking coming towards you, like kind of roasted meat, few notes of spice. And then, of course, the conversations and some laughter and stuff coming from the camp.
Can I walk up to the tent and just try and act like I need to help with the tent or something?
Well,
I'm very nervous
you can
about this.
approach the camp if you want to.
I will approach and just walk directly towards the sentry then.
All right. Start walking, and after a short while, the sentry spots you, and sort of like looks at you quizzically. What the hell? Who goes there? Who are you? Holds this torch up towards you. I assume you're still wearing the cultist armor.
I am Marion. I was sent to fetch one of the captain's chariots, I think, but it seemed like it got mixed up in some orders, so I had to follow on foot. So it's been very lonely, and I just want to quickly get in and get some food and then erect the tents and go to sleep. So I'm ready.
Captain's chariot? What are you talking about?
Oh, you know, the special ordered one from the workshop.
No, I don't know anything about chariot from a workshop. What is this?
No, it turned out they hadn't made it ready yet, so...
So you came without the chariot then?
Yeah, because I had to join the army or expedition, of course. And it was just, they took so long about telling me that they didn't have it ready.
What? Your name again? What's your name? Marion. Alright. Well, you better see the captain then.
Yeah, okay. Well, which tent?
Wait here. He sort of like shouts over his shoulder. Hey, John Jack, get over here. And one of the guys who like erecting the tent with a post looks over. What is it? This Marion here claims that he is supposed to join us. Will you take him to the captain? So, I guess I can. Well, alright, Marion, this way. Follow me.
Yeah.
How far is Steve away from me?
So he's like
1 mile and 1 inch.
No, he is within a mile, but it's close. So it's like a static on the line.
What's happening, Steve?
He's walking into the camp.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep an eye out.
I'm not sure about
Do
this.
you want me to keep you posted on what's going on in there?
Yeah, well, don't enter yourself, but keep me posted from where you can see. And be ready to run if Dina comes to you again, I think.
I'm ready for anything.
Good.
Over and out.
Indeed.
This guy, John Jack, takes you through the camp, and you can see people sort of looking up at you as you move past. That people like pouring honey over like a glazed wild boar being roasted on a spit and stuff like that. But you think it's one of the tents that has just been erected, and you see from the inside there's the light from oil lamps and candles and stuff. And you get inside, and you can see one of the captains wearing the same armor that Dagos is wearing right now. So the standard uniform, but with all the gold details and stuff to denote the higher rank. And he's like pulling his gloves off, putting them on the table, picking up a mug of wine, presumably, and then you enter and he looks up at John Jack, who's this person? He calls himself Marion, and he says he's supposed to join us. Something about a chariot, I believe. He looks at you, Dinak. Yeah, he said something about chariot. I don't know. Well, I thought we should bring him to you. And the captain. I wasn't aware that anyone else was going to join this expedition. How can this be?
I was supposed to be here, but Hans apparently said that I should go with you since I was new. I'm just straight in from Crow's Perch. Old town obliterated now. And I was told that I needed to fetch a chariot. So someone more experienced, one of those who are supposed to show me the ropes, told me to fetch a chariot for the captain. By the workshop back in Thwarted. So they sent me over there, and then apparently I was supposed to fetch a chariot for one of the captains. And then I got over there, and they were making a chariot.
Please be quiet for a moment. You say you are new.
Yeah.
Learning the ropes.
Yeah.
This expedition is not for newcomers.
And I'm pretty sure I've been fucked.
We'll see. Stay there for a moment. And he goes over to the table, looks through some of the papers, finds a ledger, opens it, pulls out a list. So your name, Marion?
Yeah, Marion with an O.
Goes down the list. Finds another list. Well, it's a bit strange. Your name is not on the list of expedition members.
Well, I see.
Do you have any papers to support your claim?
No, not really. Just a letter from.
Bearing Hans' seal would do.
I wouldn't be given Hans' seal.
Well, if you were sent to join this expedition, you would certainly be granted some kind of paper with Hans' seal.
Let me see. I begin looking through my bag.
He picks up his goblet and drinks the wine.
I'm sorry, I don't
find anything in there. No.
No. Only this letter, but I don't believe that this would have Hans' seal. That would be highly unlikely. But
all right.
So, but
he pulls out a chair from a pile of furniture that has been distributed yet. Just finds a chair, turns it upside down, puts it down on the floor. Please sit.
Yeah, I sit.
Thank you. So, if you're not supposed to join this expedition, you don't have Hans' seal, then what, in fact, are you doing here?
I thought I was going to join the expedition, but apparently I'm not.
I think that's a lie. I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
I don't.
No. To be honest, I was sent by the Resistance to spy on you, but then I foolishly decided to walk up to your camp, and then I decided to bluff my way in, because that would be a very wise thing to do. I'm just messing. Actually, I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore.
Want a story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad.
He looks lost for words. You know, I think there's one thing we can do about this.
Okay.
First of all, I want you to take your weapons and put them on the table.
Sure. I lay my weapons.
Very good. And your bag.
I put the bag on the table.
Very well. Then please follow. John Jack, you too. And he pushes his way outside through the tent.
I follow.
Right. Takes you outside. Yeah, start like the wind has really picked up now, so it's not like people are struggling with their long hair in the wind, and the campfires are guttering and throwing sparks all over the place. And you can get the sense that a storm is coming. And he heads over to the other tent that looks like some kind of makeshift like a quartermaster's tent with the various stuff. And he finds some manacles. Walks over to you. Please show me your hands.
I show him my hands.
Okay, calmly puts the manacle on one hand, locks it, puts it on the other one. Yeah, that should do it. Then he takes his hand on your back and pushes you towards the way you came from in the camp. And then he gently pushes you down the road. Now you just keep walking. You walk back to Waterdeep.
All the way?
All the way. Right now.
Can I get like a seal or anything to prove that you were the one who put these manacles on me, or?
Well, I suppose that's only fair. So like, snaps a finger. John Jack comes running with some stationery. He writes, puts the seal on, folds the letter, and stuff like looks, and then just opens one of your pockets and puts it in your pocket. There you go.
Thanks.
Gotta move on.
I begin moving.
And he just stands there waiting for you as you walk out into the darkness. So you get back to the horse, Steve, and the horse just looks at you.
We don't talk about this.
Looks down at your hands that are manacled, at your empty scabbards, and
Steve, what is happening?
he has returned from the camp, but he's lacking in a way.
What?
Yes, he appears to have no weapons. And it also appears that he has lost his bag. And also, he appears to be manacled.
Well,
I don't think he's being followed.
At least he's alive.
That is true.
Just bring him back. Yeah.
Alright. Sort of like nods at you in a way that means get on board. Climb back on the horse, rides you back down the road to the watchtower, and D-Knight returns to you, indeed as Steve described it to you, manacled and without his stuff.
Okay, it wouldn't be Dagos without an unnecessary strength check, so I'll try and just pull the manacles apart.
Alright, make a strength athletics check.
We could also just
you don't say anything, you just walk up to him and just try to break the manacles.
Oh, that wasn't too good. Wait, what is that with my... That would be 13.
13? Yeah, it's not enough. So...
Yeah, those are on there tight.
You can try again with while with D-Knock aiding you in a way. So you both, he pulls and you also try to pull.
Sure.
Oh.
Should we both roll then, or should I just do with advantage? Or
yeah, do it with advantage.
alright. That was not a lot better. 14.
Yeah, it's saying you just. I mean,
those are on there tight.
Made from some sort of steel.
I have an idea. Do we have any rocks near here?
Yeah, it's like a watchtower with like fallen piece of masonry and stuff.
Okay. I'll just put my hands over this rock, and can we just like try and smash it to pieces?
Yeah, I'll try with my sword, I suppose.
I don't believe they would waste magical manacles on me.
We'll see.
I grab my
Throga and
longsword.
Bright Scratch just sit and looks at this, just shake. That's what is this? Alright, we can make an attack roll. Dagus, if you want to try to break them. While you're sort of like holding your hands out with the manacles.
Throga, can I borrow your axe?
She sort of looks at the rock under the manacles. Maybe if you put them on some kind of piece of wood instead.
Fuck it, I'll use my sword. I'll just try and... Yeah. Alright, that's not too bad. That would be 24.
Okay, you hit him. So give me some damage.
That is not good at all, though. Well, I have my modifier, so it's 6. It's literally a 1 roll.
And one of the links in the chain sort of like opens up a bit, but not enough to pull it apart. But maybe it has been weakened by this blow. Make a strength athletics check, Dinok.
Yeah, it doesn't pass. That's only 11.
Still.
And then I will try to pull it apart.
Oh, I did one. Let me. Give me a strength athletics.
Natural 20.
This time, just take it. Boing!
That's exactly where we needed that natural 20.
So you still have the manacles on your wrists, but you're no longer bound by them.
So what happened?
Well, I walked up to the guard, or to the sentry, and tried to bullshit my way in. But as we all know, my charisma is not that good. So I got taken to the captain. All's well, plans going as I intended. He doesn't believe me. Turns out they have a very coordinated ledger of who is supposed to be in their camp. And they know each other, apparently. So, yeah. Dragon cultists are humanoids.
That's problematic.
They know each other. Then I had to leave my stuff, and I got manacled and asked to go straight back to Waterdeep. But I know where one of the captain's tents are. He's a very mean fucker.
Well, do you want to go back, or do you want to rest?
He's going to die at some point.
Yeah, I agree, and we need to get your stuff back, obviously. But should we do it now, or should we do it
I think we should wait until everyone is sleeping. And then take out the sentries one by one, and leave their heads on spikes for the morning.
You really like that staff, don't you?
Yeah. And also my stuff.
And you want to do this tonight? Or do you want to wait and see where they take a rest the next night? Or?
I kind of want to do it tonight because I kind of need my stuff. But, I don't know.
At least your rope is still in the watchtower, so you have
Yeah, and my winter blanket and stuff. But everything else, I don't know. I didn't leave the spyglass, so that's in the camp.
Okay.
I don't suppose I brought the pigeon with me into that camp. Just like, wow, I'm supposed to join the what?
No, you probably kept it on the chariot, the pigeon.
Well,
everything's going to help. Send help.
I'm all for helping, but we need a plan, I think.
Yeah.
If it comes to a fight, I'm not very comfortable in this armor, I have to say. And if I put on my normal armor, first of all, I won't be able to even try pretending to be a captain, and I won't be able to sneak at all. It's quite heavy. So, I mean, if you're really confident in the ability to sneak and our ability to talk our way out of things, I can join in this.
I don't know if we can talk our way out of those things. But
maybe not.
Maybe you could act like you had found me on the way on the road back to Waterdeep and brought me here against my will because I seemed like I was a deserter or something.
Yes. The only problem is if they, as you say, know each other, then the captains, who there are much fewer of, would definitely also know each other. So I can't really like.
That doesn't matter if you have your normal armor on.
Well, sure. Do you want me to just ride up as the only Triton in the land?
No, you could have some sort of disguise on your head. You can use my wraps if you want to.
Bethroga raises his hand. I do have my disguise kit, you know. Turn you into a Mexican wizard. So like starts
Alright.
with that's like a wedding gown and.
I feel like I'm a bad influence to this.
We might as well do this together. I'll borrow that, Bethroga. Thank you.
The wedding dress.
I mean, whatever you have, really.
Well, is there anything you would wish there was in this disguise kit?
Well, I mean, I need to look not like a Triton. Is there like a makeup and stuff?
Oh yeah.
If I cover myself in mud, can I just like crawl my way into the camp?
You can try. We can turn you into a clown, and she holds up like a fizzy red wig.
What's a clown?
It's kind of like a scary entertainment thing.
Do you think dragon cultists would like clowns?
She just shakes her head.
Is there any simple garbs like farmers' clothes and?
There's some like commoners' clothes. There's some really old-fashioned noble robes.
Perfect. I think I'll just go with some common clothes, and I need to try to remember which skin color humans have. I have to imitate it.
Alright, so you put on this peasant's garb. So now you have no armor, unless you want to hide your plate armor under the like peasant's garments.
You can be a fat peasant.
That like jiggles when you walk.
I can already say right now we're going to kill the sentries.
Yeah, well, like in a sneaky way. Or...
Yeah.
Alright, well then I shouldn't be wearing the armor.
No, like you can walk up with them with the armor underneath. We'll just walk up to them like normal. There was only one sentry when I checked.
Alright.
And then we'll just start off by.
Let me just try and put on the peasant's clothes over the armor and see how ridiculous it looks.
Alright.
Is there any way I can like pad it to make it look like I'm actually just fat?
You know, you start going to work on this disguise. So you know what? Make a performance check to see how well you do this.
Alright. Performance.
And you can have advantage because the throw.
Natural 20.
Natural. Alright, start working on it. It takes half an hour, maybe. When you're done, you basically look like a Cultiran human. So,
perfect.
like, really bulky. Kind of in the way that you're not entirely sure if you're just fat or like buff or both. And you found a real nice skin color with the makeup, and it's applied in a way so you don't really see the Triton skin. So yeah, it's pretty good. You look like a big bulky farmer.
Perfect. Yeah.
You have like fake mustache and a goatee.
Yeah, I want a big mustache, but just a mustache.
Or it's just like he wants those weird big ones curl around.
Maybe not that fancy. I am just a peasant.
It's all like trying on mustaches.
Yeah.
Alright, so you get like a.
I'll just take this big bushy one.
It's just like.
What else do we need? Fake name, I guess.
I already have one.
What are you called?
Marion
Marion.
of Crow's Perch.
I don't know human names.
Oh.
Except
Apparently
for
I don't
Steve.
either. Like, I should have gone with something generic so I would be on the ledger. Hopefully.
True. Generic.
Beth Roger says that when she was sailing back in the days, there were like many human sailors on board the ship. And that was one of them, just from the top of her head, called Casper Springsteen.
Great name.
I think next time I should call myself Bruce. Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, Casper Springsteen. I'll go by that. I guess I have to change my voice as well. Everything has to change. We'll figure it out.
Alright. So you have your disguise and your secret identity.
Yeah. I'll just bring Steve to be sure.
I would like to grab like a large stick.
Mm-hmm.
Or not a necessarily large stick, but just one that I can hide under my clothes as an improvised weapon.
A medium-sized stick.
Yeah. A short sword-sized stick. And maybe some pebbles.
Sure, you just scoop it up. So, are you still wearing the dragon armor?
Yeah, I need to wear the dragon armor.
Alright.
I'm supposed to look like that guy who got sent back to Waterdeep with his hands manacled. And
how are we gonna explain the broken manacles?
Yeah, I'll just see if I can make the manacles look like they still hang together.
Ah, right.
Like, if they're not completely shattered, they can still like sort of be in suspension, maybe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can see.
You look around for a good quarter of an hour for the missing link that went flying when Dagger ripped them apart, and you find it, and you sort of like put them together. So if you hold them carefully, you can make it look like they're still like in one piece. And it's just a matter of wiggling free. To break free. Good. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this unfolds.
Me too.
Me too movement.
Alright, we're doing this, and I put out my hand to like shake.
You shake his hand, and it leaves like a good patch of makeup on your hand because there's also makeup on your hands because you're fish.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Alright, so I presume you're not riding Steve.
No.
Or are you? Alright, so you're just like dragging Steve along?
Yeah.
Just the two of you down the road, back towards the camp. So you get within, again, these 200 feet of the camp, and you can see the sentry still on duty.
I just walk with my head low.
Alright.
I just walk up and stop at a good distance and just yell like, "Hail!"
You see the guards of like,
oh shit! I had to change the voice. All right.
Looks towards you. Who's this now? Come closer so I can see you. And he holds up his torch. It's getting we are beyond twilight now. It's sort of like faint purple light in the horizon. Otherwise, it's dark and it's windy, and it like leaves in the air blowing past you.
I walk up real carefully, and really considers my voice.
He has his hand on his sword. What's your name and your business on this road?
Hey man. Hello good sir. I'm Casper Springsteen.
Well,
I'm just
you're lucky. What's your business?
Well, you see, I have a farm. Few clicks out. Just northeast of here.
In the snow?
Yeah.
What do you grow?
I have a secret technique to growing.
Oh yeah.
Things and yeah. It's
Alright. Then what are you doing down here?
Well, you see, on the road.
Because I have permission to travel. We're gonna have to see some papers, sir. Please approach carefully, slowly.
But would it? Yeah, of course. But would it help that I found? Yeah, actually, can I see if I can take the thing out of Dinox's pocket?
Sure, you can do that. Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh god, I'm not good at that at all.
Oh my god, can I help him? Just like sort of.
Come on.
Yeah, you can angle it so it's easier, so it's you have advantage.
Okay, another natural 20, please. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that's not bad. 19.
Yeah, you sort of like just in one smooth movement, pick it out of his pocket and makes it look like you took it out of your own pocket.
Right. Here, with a seal and everything.
All right.
Would it help?
Hand it over.
Also, yeah, here you go. Just.
So he's sort of like at a distance, grabs the paper.
Right. Would it help
if?
Oh, fine. What I'm trying to say is, I found this guy. He looks like I don't know, fugitive, something. He's manacled. He looked like he used to be part of the army. What?
Could you repeat, sir?
What? Oh.
We're cutting out a bit.
Right, you as well.
It happens sometimes.
This man here, you see.
Yeah.
Do you know him? I found him on the road.
His expression changes.
Hi again.
Hang on a second. Is that you, Marion?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. He opens the paper.
I felt like it was my civic duty to bring him here. I don't know him.
Well, it's not your problem. It's his problem. Also, these papers don't... It's not a travel permission.
What?
I jump him and choke him out.
Alright. You jump at him, make a attack roll.
Let us see. 15.
15. I still need that book.
Jesus Christ.
We needed the others.
15, you say?
Why didn't you stop me?
So,
I like to follow the party.
You rush towards him, so you're not standing so close that you can get the jump on him or anything.
Oh my god!
So you just start running towards him, and he gets time to prepare, but you get within reach of him and throw a punch at him. Make some attack roll.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're using your stick.
Yeah, it counts as a simple weapon, right? Improvised weapon?
Yeah, improvised weapon.
Okay. So I don't know, don't you have proficiency in improvised weapons? I can't remember.
We could argue that it counts as a club.
Counts as a club.
So if you're proficient with clubs, then sure.
Yeah, I am. So that is a club, that is a D4, I think. Yeah. That is 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yeah.
You just run up like a maniac and just hit him in the head with a club.
And I will also punch his throat.
Alright. You can do that. Let's have it.
And that is 22.
That hits.
Oh, and that is 10 damage.
Alright.
I hit him with a club and then I just punch him. And it does more damage.
So you run up to him and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then you hit him with a club over the head. Ah! And then hit him in the throat. And he falls backwards. Just with a blank stare into the sky. And you can see like nearby people turn their heads towards you. They look down at the body. What the hell? It's him! It's that guy from the... Someone!
Steve,
Whoa!
Steve,
And then,
come.
like,
Steve, let's go.
roll some initiatives.
Oh
Oh,
god.
fuck. What the Don't worry, we have this. Did he have a weapon?
Yes, he has a scimitar.
Oh, good.
Did I even,
Because I'm going-
did I even
I'm
attempt
going-
to hide my weapons?
Good question. Probably not, I guess.
Well,
Just walking there.
initiative. Oh, nice.
Alright, how did you do?
19.
19. Alright. And Dinok?
I got a 22.
That is not bad at all.
That is not bad at all.
22.
Time to just ride away from this situation.
Alright, so you finish this guard, and you can see that right now you can see 3 guards have pulled out their weapons, crossbows, readying their swords, and are approaching you, while the others are running back into the camp, sort of like shouting, "Attack! Attack! We're being attacked!"
Another day.
But with 22, you get the first turn in combat.
I grabbed the scimitar. How far away from me are they?
About 30 feet. So
What do you think I should do?
I mean, Steve is right here.
all of them like brandishing his sword and holding up a dragon shield. It's like just a regular shield, but it's shaped like with spiky dragon details. So like,
We can always fight another day.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't destroy your stuff. There's no
I
way.
stabbed the
that
guy
stuff
on
is
the
too
ground
interesting.
through the throat and prepared to leave.
he's already dead, so doesn't
Oh,
do
okay.
much. But like you hit a nerve, so one of the legs starts like lifts up, and then it kicks you in the butt from behind. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, so what do you want to do?
I will just follow Chris's lead or Dagger's lead from now on.
All right, so that means running, I presume. All right,
Yeah.
so you just like dash back where you came from. One of the guards will take a shot at you with his crossbow, and he hits.
Deflect missiles.
All right, so that would do 4 piercing damage if it hit you.
And let us see. Okay. So 1d10 plus dex. Dex modifier plus monk level. Yeah, okay, so that is
Enough.
10. Yeah, enough.
Yeah. So yeah,
Modifiers.
you see it fly towards you and just turn around and make like a slap it aside. And then it is Dagger's turn. So I presume you also want to run.
I will climb on Steve.
All right, get back on the
Actually,
horse.
I caught the crossbow bolt.
All right.
I caught it, and I
You
just
want to keep it?
Yeah.
All right. You move to put it in your bag, but then remember, oh, there's no bag. This is like this white outline of where your bag should be. And then Vegas rides past you, and you can sort of like do a Legolas thing where you jump onto the horse as he passes by.
Yeah.
And you like ride on Steve away from the scene, and you can hear from behind you, "Get the captain! Fanner! Get the horses! Send out scouts! Find them! Find them! Find them!" And then you like ride into the night with the wind blowing.
Should we prepare
actually, I
an
could get my stuff back if I hit myself. And if
Maybe
you
you
continue.
try to sneak into the camp a third time. using the
like,
same name.
If the captain and a lot of others go out now, they probably won't expect a third time right now.
You say that as you're like sort of like holding daggers around the waist as you're riding.
Like, how stupid can one person be?
I'm not sure that'll work.
Okay.
How about this? If you want to fight, we go to the watchtower. If they're searching for us, they probably won't be in large groups since they want to cover a lot of ground. So we can prepare an ambush.
Let's do that.
If anyone comes.
Yeah.
Alright.
We should probably also wake up the others. And just maybe have them hide or something.
If they want to
So
fight.
they can-
Bethroga might be drunk.
Yes, just so they can get out, so they can fight another time or fulfill the mission.
Let's see. It would be sad if they died if their characters died when they aren't here.
Yeah.
All right, you ride back to the watchtower. You can just both of you make perception checks.
That is a 15.
15,
16.
16. All right, you can faintly hear, like behind you, galloping of hooves on the road. But it's very faint and they're almost obscured by the sound of the wind. And then make survival checks.
These are all the checks I have -1 in. Come on.
Luckily, I'm very good at them.
Oh, that's too bad. 14.
All right, 14. 17. Right, so you find it a bit difficult to find your way back to the tower because it's dark by now. So which hill was it on? Where did you have to turn off? But you sort of like, oh, I remember that log over there. That rock and those hoof prints and stuff. You just get down and you find your own prints when you left and stuff. So you find your way back to the tower. And enter, and Bethroga and Bright Scratch are sitting there playing cards, drinking wine or something. As you enter the tower.
There's trouble.
A lot. Sorry.
That's fine. We all fuck up. I think we've
No,
all been there.
Not as big as this one.
Anyway, you got a weapon
Guerrilla
from
warfare.
the guard, right?
Yeah, a scimitar.
Alright, fine.
I'm not that proficient in it. I would prefer a short sword.
Here you go. I give him my dragon short sword.
Oh, lovely. Do you want the scimitar instead?
It's fine. Just keep it. You might find a use for it.
Okay.
So preparing an ambush. I'm not really used to this. I mean, underwater it's kind of different. You just Anyway.
Yeah.
What do we do here? Traps? Or just hide behind the wall until they come?
Actually, I was thinking maybe if we climbed up into the watchtower,
Yeah.
and brought some large rocks with us up there. Maybe, or at least just one of us needs to do that. Then they could stand up there while the others either hide or something inside the watchtower, and then when the others come, that person up in the tower can just drop large rocks down on them, and then we attack.
Sure. We could do that.
Also,
I mean, you could have Bethroga and Bright Scratch climb up and be ready to throw down rocks.
that would be lovely.
Are you too drunk to climb, Bethroga? Are you fine?
So no. But it might be a problem to hit targets because it's just darkness and know who they're hitting.
Yeah.
Without a source of light.
Well, we might be able to figure something out. If
So,
I just
Bethroga
read some
and
spell
Bright-
descriptions.
Now they're climbing the rope. And you can hear the sound of baying dogs somewhere outside
Dogs.
in the distance.
We are going to get doggies.
Like faint stuff.
I have not seen a dog in, I don't know, 50 years. It's gonna be interesting.
You've never seen a dog.
Then again,
I've
the
been
dogs
up top
have never
before.
seen a Triton before.
Yeah, that's true. I mostly saw them because sailors tend to take them on their ships sometimes. I have the ability to make some faint light for a little while, if we need it.
You can make like a practice run. You put out maybe like a piece of broken furniture from the tower in the middle, and Bethroka tries to hit it with a rock. It misses by maybe 5 feet. It just hits one of your bed rolls or something like that.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can use the light, but be aware if I use it, it kind of hurts to stand in it. And that's kind of problematic. Beware the light. That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the dark side.
Yes.
They don't have light.
So that might be a yeah, we might not do that.
All right. As you make your preparations, you can hear this, like the sound of doors drawing closer.
I'll just stand on the side of the door, just like so they can't see.
Ready to do the Faramir thing.
Exactly. Every time.
So you can hear that the dogs sort of like move around in the darkness, way out there in the distance. But at some point, it sounds like they like have locked onto something. They're approaching. They're only getting closer and not just moving around out there. You can also hear the hooves of heavy horses outside, getting closer, and the jingling of armor. And you can see torches in the distance approaching the tower. And there are maybe 20 torches being carried. Some of them casting light on the riders that are not carrying the torches.
Well, I thought they would spread out a bit more. Oh well.
And then you hear a sound from inside the tower.
Sound from inside the tower?
Yes.
What kind of sound?
A scratching sound.
Is there a dragon in it?
You look over. You can see in the far side of the tower, opposite the doorway, there's what looks like some kind of old, shelves or something going on. And this scratching sound is coming from behind it.
Oh, could be something. Could be.
Yeah.
Let's
pull out the shelf.
Yeah, exactly.
You step towards it and it already starts moving a bit.
Oh.
You want to push it aside?
Hi there.
Or do you just want to wait?
I'll prepare my sword and then push it aside.
I push it aside when he's done preparing.
You just shove it aside. You can see there's a hole in the wall behind the shelf cupboard thing. And then there's like an old woman standing there, covered in rags. One eye just white from age, holding a small, sort of like not a staff, but more like a walking stick. It's sort of like was just about to move the cupboard a bit more, and then looks up at you. Oh, you seem to be in trouble.
Hello, pretty lady. Yes, we're quite in trouble.
The history of this watchtower.
What? No,
the history of this watchtower is bloody.
No
one was dead here has survived. I live down in the forest. I heard noises. I heard voices coming from the old watchtower. I wanted to check out what it was, and then I found this. You're not with the dragons, are you?
No. They're actually.
But the dragons are coming.
Yeah.
For
so
us.
Looks at the dragon sword you're holding.
We killed someone for that.
Yeah, it's quite bloody. No, this scimitar is quite.
In self-defense.
Just self-defense. Like they tried. You can see these manacles. We're not friends of them.
Right. But it does sound like they're coming for you.
Yeah, they are definitely.
Be here soon.
Could you provide any help?
I can help you to escape, maybe. My home's down in the forest.
I mean,
And it won't cause any trouble for you. Are you sure?
It depends. They have dogs. Maybe they can track us. The woods are full of strange smells. Maybe we can lose them in there.
that's true. And I mean, we're
For a
gonna
long
we're gonna fight here anyway. So if they track us to your house, we will make sure to get them away, so they don't
So
kill you.
You want to follow?
Yeah, yes, please. I think that's the best.
Let's hurry. They'll be here soon.
Bathroga, Cat, do you wanna cancel
Drop down
that?
beside you.
Cancel that. Oh Jesus Christ! Right.
And then the rock.
Chill, Bathroga. We got.
Trust the old lady.
I can just see like Bright Scratch just land like super elegantly, and then Bathroga just crashes down.
What are you talking
Top
about?
right.
Bright Scratch is on the roof.
It's just like sitting.
Let me see.
Alright, they get down and then you quickly pack up your gear and get your stuff. And the old lady says, come on!
Mine.
We have to be more quick about this! And they start walking at a rather slow, agonizing pace. Down the other side of the hill.
Steve, come here. You're gonna have to help this one. Are you okay with riding on a horse? He's very gentle.
I've never tried it before. But...
he is very gentle. I will help you up if you need.
Sure, let's do it then.
I just try to lift her up.
She like weighs nothing. You can just lift her up there.
Jesus, are you alright? Do you need some food?
I have plenty of mushrooms and acorns and all kind of good stuff in the forest.
Beautiful. Anyway,
I can make you some if we make it.
That would be great. Anyway, yeah.
Let's go.
Steve, ride, but not too fast. She's not used to this.
So you pick up the pace down the hill. I assume you're running, basically.
Yeah.
So you make it to the foot of the hill, and then you can hear the sound of running water, and the lady sort of like punch you in the right direction, and after a while you hit like a small like a brook, and just on the other side of the brook you see a few trees, and they start clumping together and to form a denser wooded area, and above you a few stars that have begun to show get covered by leaves and the crowns of the trees, and everything gets muffled a bit. The wind gets like you're sheltered from the worst of the wind here as you get deeper and deeper into the forest. Behind you, you can see the torches enter the watchtower and sort of light it up from the inside. The orange glow sort of like peeking through all the cracks in the walls and stuff. And you can hear voices around, where are you? There's someone over here. And dogs baying and the riders riding out and find the tracks. And some of the dogs start making their way down the hill in your direction. And then the lady, this way, we go through the forest flower. I can't speak anymore. We go through the forest flowers this way, and she shows you the way. And you get to sort of like a clearing full of like pale blue and white flowers that really reek of all kinds of odors. And you move through that, and you feel like you're picking up some of these old smells.
Did the lady already smell like that?
Kind of.
Alright, fine then.
It's a bit like a musky smell. And you find a small path in the forest that you follow up and down, curves in the landscape, through some low valleys. There's like a tree that has fallen over the road, so you have to sort of like duck beneath it, and really winding. By now, you can't see the stars above because it's just covered by the trees, and you can't hear the dogs or anything behind you. It's just the wind in the treetops. And then, after maybe 20 minutes or so, you get to a clearing. And in this clearing, there's an old house. Not a hut, an actual house. Looks like it maybe had been like a forester's home once. It has like a portico in front, a couple of windows that have been boarded over, front door and everything. You can tie the horse outside. if they find us here, I don't know.
I will fight to the last.
Yes.
Yes.
It's me.
But if you fight them, then I will try to run, if you don't mind.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
of course.
exactly. That's why we're fighting. This shouldn't.
Actually, that way it'll just seem like we forced ourselves upon you, and forced you to provide.
Yes. I don't think it makes much of a difference to these people.
No.
But sure.
No, probably.
Well, come on inside. And she opens the door and show you inside. It kind of reminds you of some of the homes you went through in Waterdeep, like abandoned for a long time with dust covering the furniture. The wooden chairs sort of kind of falling apart because they've been dried up from just the unceasing winds howling through the cracks in the walls and stuff. But this is some kind of shelter. And she's like, come to the kitchen. I can make you some acorn soup if you want it. Or I can make it a mush if you want. Either way you like it. There's not that many ways you can cook acorns, you know.
Let's have your favorite way.
All right. You can set up camp here in this room, I suppose, if you want to. I don't know if we should light a fire.
No.
I'll just keep the stove going in the kitchen. They won't see that. Maybe they'll smell the smoke, though. I don't know. She starts mumbling and just walks into the kitchen. So that's like the living room full of old furniture. That's like an old bare rug that is just kind of collapsed. The head is just super flat against the floor with the age. And then she walks into the a kitchen behind the living room. Starts moving around. You can hear the scrambling of some pots and pans. Some slushing of water into a pot. You can smell the faint odor of wood smoke coming from the kitchen. And the unceasing howling winds rocking the building slowly, making a creak.
At this point, we must be destined to destroy Tiamat, because we are excessively lucky when it comes to almost dying.
Like, we're really lucky in dying, you mean?
Praise Eldath. I had to look up my deity.
Praise.
Yeah, hold on. What's her name?
Eldath.
I'm not used to saying it in this language.
What's it called in Tritonian?
I think Tritons speak primordial.
Cool. So sounds like water.
Yeah. It's just it's just gargling sounds.
Like, praise. I sound like a Wookiee. Alright, so you Mathroga and Bright Scratch pull out their bed rolls again and sets up a camp for the second time this evening. Bright Scratch takes watch on the portico outside to listen if anyone's approaching. Mm-hmm. And actually Bethroga joins her as well out there, just sitting listening to the wind and the forest.
They've become good pals. They're just chilling together.
Well, they don't say anything to each other. They just sit there.
It's the perfect. They are nice and quiet, and Dagos and Dinok are just almost dying whenever they're together.
Bad influence.
All right. Is there anything you want to do, or do you just try to make a long rest if you can?
Well.
Yeah.
Or do you want to prepare traps or make it home alone? Prepare a bucket of paint over the door.
Nah.
The door handles.
I'll just go out to the kitchen and ask her if there's anything I can help with.
All right. You walk out in the kitchen. There's the small stove with some logs. They're not burning. They're just really hot embers in there. So it's not It's a faint glow coming from it, sort of giving the whole kitchen a weird, faint orange glow. Not really lit up, mostly in shadows. And then there's this pot on it, giving off these acidic smells. It smells a bit like vinegar, a bit nutty, boiling away there. But you can't see the old lady in here.
Oh, she's not in here. Oh, okay.
No.
Where did you go, lady?
No reply.
I think we should wait here. This seems safe. Can I make a judgment of character on myself?
Have you followed? Or are you like Dina, are you
No, I'm just in the living room. Or
just
where
rocking back and forth? That's like a rocking chair if you wanted. You can sit in it.
I want.
Is there any other ways, like doors in the kitchen?
So you sort of like entered, and then to the right in the far corner, there's a door that I think leads to the outside, behind the house, and then in the floor next to that, there's a hatch leading down in probably a basement of some sort.
I go and I lift the hatch.
All right, you lift it, and this old decaying smell just rises up towards you, smelling of rotten flesh, dusty mushrooms, dryness.
Are you down here?
No reply. Dina,
Can I
you hear
smell
him
that?
sort of like, yeah, just sit there in the rocking chair, and then this odor slowly seeps into the living room.
Dinok,
And you can hear that.
would you join me here for a moment?
I walk over to him. This smells like my own office. Something must be wrong.
Probably.
Maybe your colleagues.
Yeah.
You're good at seeing in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind having a look?
I look down.
All right. You can see that the hatch, there's no ladder or anything below it. It's just opened up into a room under the house. Fairly big. Looks like it's about the size, the dimensions of the house itself. And then there are like pillars holding it up. Old wooden pillars, cobwebs all over the place. An earthen floor. Some crap piled up in places. There's like an old wheelbarrow, some farming equipment, shovels, all covered in cobwebs, crates, barrels, some shelves with old jars and stuff, also just covered in dust and cobweb.
I jump down.
Alright. You land on the floor. It feels squishy, moist, kind of like a path in a forest after a good amount of rain.
Do you see anything?
I don't know. Can I make a perception check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that is 22.
You look around. You can see there are 4 doors, one in each, like one on each wall.
I see 4 doors down here.
All of them are closed.
They're
Some
all
of them
closed.
have like a paneling and all the crevasses and like cracks and nooks of the carvings. They have just layers of dust and cobwebs.
Do you have a torch we could use?
I do. First of all, I just telepathically to Steve. Steve, we're just gonna go on a little adventure, but not too far. So if you see anything, please let me know.
Well, all right.
And
Are your friends in there?
what?
Are your friends in there?
Dinok is.
No, the dwarf and the cat lady.
Are they not there outside?
I went around a bit. I came back. They're gone.
Dinok?
Yeah.
We are in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
Bright Scratch
That's why I jumped down here.
and Berthroga seem to be gone. Okay, well, Steve, still keep an eye out.
I will.
Anything. Maybe be careful of what you eat around here. I don't know what this is.
I'll tell you if anything apart from that happens up here. Over.
Perfect. Thank you. I light a torch,
Mm.
and I jump down.
So we also land on this soft earthen floor. There's like this stench of decay, but just below it, there's this like the wet smell of moist dirt.
Do I recognize the smell, like corpse smell?
Make a perception.
9.
9. Well, you do have experience with corpses, I suppose, so you could argue you have advantage.
Then I will roll again.
I kind of feel like that's your job to argue for advantage. Anyway, so 9. It definitely smells like rotten flesh, but you can't tell what kind. If it's animal, if it's human, if it's dragon.
Does the ground look weird?
It looks like a stamped earthen floor, but it's quite uneven.
Kind of like try and dig through some of it with the stick that I had, just like sort of.
Yeah, you don't need to make a roll for that. You start just like carving in the floor with the stick, and to begin with, it's just like you get below the first few centimeters, and then it's like a solid, like a hard earthen floor beneath. But then in one place, you kind of poke through the top layer into something below, and then when you pull out the stick, it's just covered in smelly ooze when you pull it out, and just like this explosion of rotten smells.
Oh.
This seems like a good place to get all kinds of diseases.
You also hear this weird sound like...
It seems like a very good place to get the hell away from. I try one of the doors.
You walk up to it and try the handle, and it opens.
What's in there?
There's a corridor with supporting beams full of cobwebs, the same moist earthen floor, and after a few feet it turns sharp corner to the right. And you can sort of like look around the side of the corner, and the corridor goes on for a few, like 20 feet, and then it just ends in a blind wall. And on the wall you can see what appears to be an empty painting frame.
While he's looking at that, I open another door.
You try.
I run back to him.
This door is locked.
So was there anything in there? With the door you opened?
A dead end with a picture frame without a picture.
Alright. Well, this one's locked. Do you want to try and... should we just go there?
Yeah, let's try the others.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Try 2 other doors. They're also locked. There's only one open door.
In that case, I will try to kick the door in that I try to...
Make a strength athletics check.
God damn it. 11.
11. Yeah, you give it a good kick and it sounds good. But it doesn't really budge. You're a bit surprised because the wood looks pretty old.
It does feel kind of good that I rolled a 3 and still got 11 though. That's some sturdy rotten wood.
Definitely. Let's go to the open door then.
Yeah.
And I think there might be something with that picture frame.
Alright. I prepare my sword in my other hand.
Same. I will try and touch the picture frame.
All right.
Or
There's
like
a
touch the space.
I suppose I can't be holding my shield and the torch at the same time. Well, maybe it's like on the wrist, kinda. So.
Yeah, so you can probably figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe. So you try to touch the frame.
Yeah.
It feels like a gilded wooden frame, just covered in dust. When you draw a finger over it, it leaves a like bright golden trail for where so it's a real nice picture frame. The center of it, where the picture should be, is just like a black board. Not a blackboard, but a black wooden board.
Okay. Can I touch that also?
Sure. Like, this is also pretty dusty, but it's like vertical, so it's not that dusty compared to the horizontal surfaces.
Is there anyone or anywhere on the walls or anything where it doesn't seem like there's a lot of dust?
No. You do notice that in the bottom there's like written with chalk 2 letters, T and X.
TX. What could it mean?
I don't know. It's not no.
TX. I try and punch the paint.
The painting? Or the what?
Or the frame.
Alright.
Or try and break it.
Sure. Make a...
Wasn't that a golden frame? Or was it just paint?
That is 21.
You hit it. Yeah, give it some damage. But it's like a gilded, properly frame.
Okay, 7 damage.
Right, you hit it, and one panel just breaks off, the wood splitting down the the length, and falls on the floor.
Well, this one very interesting. Should we get up?
Get out?
Yeah, or get up through the hatch.
Well, I feel like we're onto something here, and apparently our companions are missing.
Yeah, like we need to find out, but I don't think we might get anywhere down here. Maybe we could search the house for maybe. That old lady mentioned some story about the watchtower. I don't quite think it was the watchtower. That was actually
yeah, that seems like
a bad history, so let's see if we can find any history thing.
You know what I said about us being lucky? I take that back.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, will you, like, we get out here, just help me try to break open one of the doors before we go up?
Yeah,
just
sure.
To see.
Of course.
Alright, so you get ready to break one of the doors. So you can make the strength athletics check with advantage, as you sort of like Enoch points at the right place to hit and sort of like tries to shove your foot harder. I don't know how this works.
16.
16. You hit it again. It shakes the door, but it doesn't break or open or anything.
Well. Alright, well, I guess we're going up. Just to check.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay, so do you want to try to leave the basement?
Yeah, wait, how far did we jump?
So it's about only like 10 feet or so.
6 feet tall, yeah.
It's about more than 3 meters. So should we bring out the jump rules? Let's see. What's your strength? Just not your modifier. Your actual.
20.
Like just 20. All right. Let's see. Movement, jumping. I guess you left the rope in the tower.
Oh shit.
Here we go. High jump. You can leap in there enough to feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before jump. When you make a standing jump, you can jump only half that distance. So 3 plus your, so it is your modifier. So it's
So 3 plus my modifier.
Yes.
Would be 8.
And
half that would be 4 then.
Well, you could get a run up of 10 feet in this room.
So wait, can I jump 8 feet in the air if I get a 10 foot?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
But you can try to see if you can make it with a strength athletics check. If that's how you want to go about this business.
If I want to jump?
I mean, there's a lot of shit in this room, like crates and shells and stuff. You could probably pile something together.
You know what? With those rules, I kind of want to just see if I can run and then see if I can just jump all the way up and land on my feet.
Alright, make an athletics check. I guess Dina could aid you if you wanted to.
With a jump?
Give you a horseshoe or a leg up.
Do you want to help me? I'm not as good
like
as
one of those
jumping.
Taekwondo things where they like do the double thing where they fly. I don't know how.
Yeah, I would like to help you.
Thank you.
Right.
Just athletics?
Yes, with advantage.
Oh god, come on. Oh god! That was 2 times 3. So that would be 11.
Alright. You make the jump, and Didak helps you and just lifts you up. You miss the hatch, goes flying into like just some shells with some old bottles, and just crash into them. And these like jars full of preserving fluids and like preserved snakes and stuff like that just shatters around you. Okay. Shards of glass raining down on you, and this disgusting vinegary liquid. And you just have like a snake skin over your forehead. Just
Jesus. Thank Eldath, I am immune to disease.
Thank.
Yeah.
Eldath.
Thank. It was Eldath, yeah. Thank. Oh, I was. Dinok, maybe you should get up first, and then you can help me up from there. How does that sound?
Yeah, I jump up.
All right. So I don't assume you have more than Dagus in strength.
No.
Right, so make an athletics check, and Dagus can help you if he wants to.
Yeah. I'll try to lift him up.
Same procedure, just vice versa.
Okay, that is 16.
You get the leg up and you jump, and you just get the rim of the hatch, and you pull yourself up and get back into the kitchen. Okay. The pot on the stove it's boiling over and just running down the side of the
I don't
stove,
care about
and it's
that.
like it's not really just like overflowing. It's kind of like a thick mist that flows out of it, kind of like if someone put like dry ice into it.
I quickly help Dagos up.
Alright. Reach down. Make a straight athletics check as you try to pull him up.
Oh yeah. I'm still wearing the armor.
19.
So you manage to like get his hand, lift him up, you get a hand on the ledge, and together you sort of like get
quickly, Dagos, I need you to smite a cauldron.
Why? And I look at it. Oh.
It's just...
Do you think it tastes good?
I doubt it. Try and smite it. And by the way, can I make it like I don't know. Can I make a check to see if I remember if there's any like creatures that would use deception to lure people away and try and kill them? Or
you can make that probably be, let's say, history or arcana.
Well, they have the same modifier, I think. Yeah, they do.
Can I do it as well? I guess I've read some in my book.
19.
Okay.
19. That's a 19.
Right. Take a second to do it as well, just to see if...
Yeah, that's nothing. Just
You don't know what's going on.
that's 6.
So you root through your knowledge of creatures that could act in this way, like deception, draw people in under disguise of some sort, and then mess with them. And well, the only thing that you can think of is maybe a hack of some kind.
Is there a spoon in this kitchen?
Yeah, there's like all kind of utensils.
I'm gonna try and taste whatever's in the cauldron.
Alright.
I
Take
think
spoon.
we have.
I'm just gonna lift it up first to see if there's like an eyeball in it
Alright.
or anything.
We
It's
might
like
be dealing with a hack.
It's like
What's
a
that?
dense green soup, like you completely opaque green soup, and there's like an orb in it, some kind.
An orb?
Yeah, like a white orb.
Smite it.
Looks a bit like kind of dense jelly orb.
Can I turn this orb around to see if it has if it's an eye?
Poke around, yeah, the iris and stuff turns around. Looks
No, I'm not gonna eat this. I've just decided.
I wonder how death tastes.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to search the rest of the house, I guess? Maybe there's a key.
I think we need to search, but I think we should stay together, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Also, I will just, I will remove the leather armor I was wearing.
just dropping it.
Yeah, so I can get my armor class back.
Steve, is anything happening outside?
The trees are getting a bit weird out here, and the wind is picking up, but otherwise, it's fine.
What do you mean the trees are getting weird?
Well, it's like they're drawing closer around the house. I don't.
What?
If you're communicating with Steve, can you ask him if he knows anything about hags?
Steven, my man. Do you know anything about hags? My schooling has sort of... I've forgotten it.
Summon a spirit that assumes the form of unusual intelligence.
I don't think it's...
strong and
Yeah,
lost.
he's not that smart.
It's not... it's not, as far as I can see, a fey spirit. Just some spirit.
What? Which one?
The Fine Steed.
I think
So-
I chose... You have to choose what kind of spirit it is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Alright, so it's a...
and I chose Fey, yeah.
Alright.
I think it can be Celestial, Fey, or
Fiend.
Fiend, yeah.
Alright. Then
Yeah.
Steve is going to say, a hack? Why are you so curious about hacks all of a sudden?
Well,
We might be dealing with one here.
yeah, our friends are gone, and there is eyeball soup in the kitchen, and the old lady is gone.
It's quite circumstantial evidence, wouldn't you say?
That is quite obvious evidence that we are dealing with something.
I don't know.
Like
It might be harmless.
Eyeball soup?
I don't know. I don't know what's normal out here, do you?
I guess, but I'm just
But I
going
guess-
by the logic of our land. I mean, eyeballs are...
I mean, you seem unreasonably repulsed by the notion of eyeballs, even though you have killed several people.
But I haven't eaten those people. There's a
What's
difference.
the difference? What is truly the difference? Well, like letting their bodies go to waste?
It's too late.
Or utilizing them? Do you even know if it's a human eyeball? Could be from a deer.
I would
Steve,
like to
are you
try-
okay?
I would like to try and stab Steve.
Steve is
He's outside.
Oh, okay, then
I'm alright. I'm just trying to reason with you. I mean, what I know about hags, well, they are definitely some ripe bastards. You don't usually want to associate yourself with them, but sometimes it can't be helped. But, you know, it's a bit different in the Feywild. Sometimes the court has to deal with them for one reason or the other.
Yeah.
But usually they are not. I don't get the impression that they are very welcomed by the humanoid species of the material plane. I don't know what you want me to say.
Is there any good way to kill them?
I suppose stabbing them through the heart, cutting off their head, would send their spirits back to the Feywild.
Alright, well, too bad Bethroga's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Steve, keep me posted.
I will. I got you. Over and out.
Right. Should we look for a key or any clues?
Yeah, let's walk from room to room and just search through stuff. And by the way, I removed the cauldron from the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hate when food boils over.
Yeah. This boiling mist still like rolls out of the cauldron, just lands on the floor and starts like filling the floor with this misty veil.
Can we burn it? Can we burn the mist?
I mean, some of it runs past the like the embers inside the stove, and it doesn't light it up. It kind of looks like that misty soup from Dagobah. So you want to look around the house. So in the living room, there was a door into the kitchen, but there was also another door leading to the right side of the house.
Let's try and open it.
All right, so you go back into the living room.
I just follow.
You can see that no evidence of Bethroga or Bright Scratch. That's like the bedrolls, but otherwise everything is undisturbed from last time. There's the door in the eastern wall that you can open, and it leads into a small like hallway with 3 other doors, one directly opposite the one you opened, and one on each side. And there's like an old carpet on the floor, barely visible under the even thicker carpet of dust on top of it, and then cobwebs so low that you had to stoop under them to avoid them.
I checked the first door on the left.
All right. You open it, and there's like this faint tearing sound, like faint wispy silk being pulled apart as you open the door, and you can see all the cobwebs just part above you. And it kind of like hangs in the air when the door's open, on the faint breeze, waving like a misty bat. And you look inside.
Yeah.
Everything is covered with dust, but you can see there's like scaffolds for painting. There are some various jars with pigments and some other like ingredients for paints. You can see the names of kind of different things like Cholton yellow, Mithril white, that kind of stuff.
I think I know what's going on, maybe.
What?
I'm unsure. I have an idea that these pictures might be important. Like, if we're dealing with a hag, I think they might use pictures. I don't know. I've never encountered a hag before. But no. It seems like, also with the painting in the other hallway, it seemed weird that it was just black.
Yeah, it seems strange.
Yeah.
Is a hag just a human who's done something, or is it something else? Do you know?
Did you know that it's a fey spirit?
It's a fey spirit.
Oh.
Sort of like, yeah, evil fey spirit, and it's kind of like a witch, but worse. Like a human or a mortal humanoid witch, but just in fey version. So basically, much worse.
You know that where a normal witch is usually someone kind of like a wizard because they've taught themselves magic that way. Hags are different. They have an older, deeper magic that's strange and almost uncomparable to ordinary magic that follows strict rules.
Well, luckily, Eldath, or as I call her, has given me some tools against Fae, but we'll see.
You can also see in this room there's like a stack of blank canvases against one wall, just wrapped in cobwebs. And on one of the walls next to a window that has been boarded over, sort of like torn, moth-eaten, what's it called? Like curtains? Yeah, curtains. There's a painting on the wall that looks like some kind of forest scene with dark trees, and in the middle of it, there's like a silhouette of some kind of woman. You can't see the face or any features. It's just a shadow among shadows. And then in the bottom corner, there's like with red paint written the name Jax.
Jax.
I'm getting goosebumps. I want to touch that picture.
When did this turn into horror D&D?
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
It happened when suddenly 2 players left and I had to think of something.
It's great.
Alright, so yeah, you try to touch the painting.
Huh.
It feels cold and moist to your touch. And the canvas like slightly give way, as if it has like it's been strung onto the frame once, but it has been kind of like loosened by time.
This might be going out on a whim, but you know the old trusty sentence, kill it with fire?
We don't have a lot of fire where I'm from. It's not really sentence.
Oh, we don't have a torch anymore?
Yeah,
I think
have a
it's
torch.
referring to Tritonia.
Yeah,
Underwater city.
Where I'm from, fire is killed by anything. So it's not a saying here.
No,
But you can enlighten me on that saying.
When there's something you don't like, you usually try and burn it with holy fire. So I think we should try and burn this painting with fire. Maybe I don't feel good about it at all.
Sure.
Like that shade, that silhouette in the middle, I really don't like it.
Do you want to do the honors?
Yeah.
Put the torch to the painting. The flame starts spreading up from the bottom, like curling up, and it kind of feels like when the flames go up, you don't know if it's like an illusion or what it is, but it kind of looks like the flames actually illuminate the scene in the picture, and you get like this faint idea of facial features as the flames goes up, and then just consumed by flames, and you hear the scream coming from it that echoes through the house.
Do you think we killed her?
The flames die down, and there's just this blackened frame on the wall.
Huh.
Are there any other paintings like that?
Not in this room.
Is there an empty canvas?
Yeah, that's like a stack next to a cupboard.
Grab one of them, and is there any paint around?
Yeah, that's like the pigments and some of the fixing agents and stuff.
I will try to draw a painting.
All right, you're fine. There's some brushes over there.
I will assist.
All right. So there's also a bucket for water, but it's empty. So, do you have any experience with mixing paints and?
I have a herbalism kit, and I'm proficient with it, so I guess it's kind of the same.
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe. So you take down some. So like the indigo is like in like small chunks that have to like pound with your mortar, and it's like in various stages. But you use your herbalism kit. So give me a performance check to see how well you do on producing usable powers.
Is it with advantage because I help him?
Sure.
I will try and paint a picture of the living room up in the house.
All right.
But I will also try and paint both Roga and Bright Scratch in it.
All right. Holy shit! Now we're getting some.
Yeah, it's some crazy shit.
This is getting.
And the music starts.
Natural 20.
You
What?
start
Natural-
getting to work,
Oh,
and
Natural
he's
20.
just you have never seen him express any kind of artistic expressions before, and now he's just going to town. Starts with his center, draws, paints, looks from the distance. Please get the torch closer. get
Magnificent.
this depth correct. And it's just like almost like photorealistic recreation of the living room with Bethroga and Brad Scratch, sort of like standing in like a real expressive scene, kind of like that what's called Rembrandt's The Watchmen or The Night Watch, with
Oh yeah.
like lit from the fireplace, and it's so real. It's almost as if you expect the people in the painting to move or blink or something. It's a masterpiece.
Okay, can I try just like moving the torch over to see if it does anything to the lighting in the paint?
It doesn't.
Okay.
It just glistens on the still wet paint.
regardless of this, I think we should bring this painting when we're done.
Yeah, same. Let's bring it up to the living room.
Normally, I don't like introducing ideas as a DM to you, but you should sign it. You should sign the painting.
I signed the painting.
How do you sign it?
I signed it Dinoc and Company.
So that's like a long text in the bottom.
Yeah.
All right.
Special thanks to Dacos.
This is really good. I mean, this is a masterpiece.
I don't need to be an adventurer no more.
Yeah, plot twist, Tinox just ends up being a famous painter.
He begins painting horror pictures.
Yeah, I mean, it is a horror scene, but it's like a painting. If a painting could be like scary, it's like the shadows. There's so much left over to the imagination, but still, what details we see are really good, so expressive. It's just you can keep finding new details in it. And the amazing thing is, it only took like a quarter of an hour to paint.
You guys know we need to get a hold of our artist for the stream and make her paint this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I don't know.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Maybe you can add us later. Maybe if you feel inspired.
Or we could like insert the character art.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Sadly, we are almost at 9 o'clock, so I guess this is where we end the session tonight.
Oh my
With
god.
Dina just finishing signing the painting, just standing back, and you look at it, and for a moment you forget what situation you are in. This weird house, the hack, everything. You just look at this painting, just damn.
I dislike
Holy
everything.
shit.
We have not seen the last masterpiece yet.
I am already looking forward to next Thursday.
Oh my god.
Holy
This
shit.
is the stream over now?
Yeah, so thanks everyone who was watched, and we'll be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Central European Time, and we will delve onwards in this weird house, and maybe Dina will paint some more masterpieces.
Yes.
It remains to be seen.
Yeah. Maybe. I have a psychological brain.
And also, I like how it became like dark and dark in your frame.
Yeah. Oh my god! I'm like, it's.
Is there something behind you in the darkness?
Oh god.
And it doesn't help that I'm looking at scary paintings right now on the net. Like, look at this.
Let's get into the mood.
This was the feelings that I got. Like,
Jeez, what's happening?
This
like.
ghost.
Anyway, should we
did you
stop this
already
now?
see it? Can you
No.
already see it?
No.
No. It's just
Let's.
yeah. Let's end the session tonight,
Right.
and look forward to next time.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.